Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we have a live tasting where we rate batch 11 of the monthly single barrel releases from StilL 630 in St. Louis. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, and our special guests, Mr. Bill, Keith Garvins, the Ewaldz, and the Robinson.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
We have a nice crew here today. So these are always fun, and we ultimately, get to taste some great whiskey, and then we rate it. And so we have some fun with it. I got a prize, too, that I picked up for this event this weekend. So it's a very limited edition Jim Beam hat. Only 750 of these made, which in the Beam world, 750, that's tiny. That's pretty small. So, so that's limited edition. They're doing the different colors, but in each one only has 750 of this particular hat. So it's a limited edition thing that they're doing. So that's kind of cool, but we'll do that at the end. Remind me to do that, Justine, if I forget. So sometimes I forget these things, but that's why there's 2 of us. So I was at the Bourbon Country Burn, although I saw the branding wise, they might've just changed it to Bourbon Burn. They didn't ever told me that. So I'm saying Bourbon Country Burn, but then I saw on their stuff, it just said Bourbon Burn. So, but the bike ride, which is a very cool event, and anybody who goes, it blows them away. And why it's so neat is it's literally turns into this whole little village around biking, and it's unbelievable. For 3 days, it starts really on a Thursday night, and then it's all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then most of the day on Sunday. And folks come in from all across the country. I don't know how many states they had people from this year. In the past, I think they've had individuals from all 50 states through the years. This year, we did have some from Alaska, and then probably, I don't know, at least 40 other states. So there's a lot. Most are represented, not all though. But it's a really cool event. And this whole village idea sets up, they camp there. So some have tents, some have trailers, campers, you name it. You see a little bit of everything. And then they set up their base camps within the base camp. So then you'll see they'll put out a tent, stake a tent, and then have tables and chairs and couches. I mean, it's like a whole world that they've got. And then you come over to the village area, and then there's a whole nother village there. There was 3 food trucks. So all offering different types of fare. That's there the whole time. And then they've got like a bike shop. So if you have any problems with your bike, you can get it repaired. And they literally have where they can put it up, in the air and work on it underneath, and all kinds of, like a full-fledged bike shop is there. And then they've got a coffee company that just has a stand that's there in the morning. L81, the famous soda, Kentucky. So they're giving away sodas. And there's a couple other too. And then they do these, people bringing people from the world of bourbon and stuff like that do tastings, and well-known individuals. And then they have distilleries there. Each night features 5 distilleries. So there was 10 distilleries there, between Friday and Saturday night. So, and friends like Stephen Fonte were there, and, some other notables. Jason Bronner gave a nice speech and stuff like that. And I had to do some intros. Normally I don't have to do the intros, but our buddy Phil Collin, who's part of this thing, had to miss one day for his sister's wedding. So he was not there on Saturday. So I had to do these introductions, and I had a bad one at the Dusty event, which the Dusty event was great. I was really looking forward to that. And the guy beforehand, really nice guy, works for Justin's House of Bourbon, cool dude, and really nice man. And I had never met him before, but I I, met him there and talked to him for quite a bit. And I, of course, like what they're doing. He allowed me to taste them beforehand. So he pours what they've got going on there, because I'm just have to do the introduction. Then I got to go do some more introducing. So I'm just literally going to be there at the start of this thing. So he pours me all of them, and I look down, I drink the first one. I look down at the second one. There's a fly in there. I don't know what to do. What's the protocol on a fly in there? So I just scooped the fly out. I figured this alcohol is going to kill it. I drank it. But that had me a little freaked out. And then it gets time for me, and this is all beforehand, because then I'm going to talk about, my quick experience in drinking that. So I start doing this nice introduction about dusty bourbon and why it's kind of a cool, because again, these aren't typical bourbon drinkers. If I had this crew here, you guys would know about dusty bourbon. You got to kind of frame it up a little bit, because they don't really, know what it is or how you go about it and how Justine's House of Bourbon works. So I'm doing the introduction. And as I'm talking, I breathe in at one point and I feel like a gnat hit me in the back of the throat. And I'm trying to do this introduction, and then I can't catch my breath. And it's sitting, I can feel it. It doesn't go all the way down. I can feel it on the back of my throat, right at the back to the gag point, where, and I feel this thing in there, and I can't breathe, and I hurry up and just finish the introduction. I introduce the guy, and then I leave, and then I'm like gagging because I can feel this thing. I outside the tent. I'm walking back to my tent where I've got some water, and I'm gagging on there. So I finally get back to the tent and drink the water. But man, that's no fun. And I thought, gosh, if I'd have thrown up, they would have said, "Oh, this guy, man, he must have been drunk or something. He's thrown up outside the tent." I probably would have got fired from the gig, but that didn't happen. But other than that, that was the only eventful thing that happened, at least while I was there. So it was a great event as always. I suggest that if you're into biking at all, check it out. They have all different, they do, like one day they do 5 different courses that you can run that ran all the way from, 18 miles up to 103 the one day. And it was a little bit different than years past. They have some shutdowns and stuff they had to work around. They've had it up to 125 miles before, but it's a cool event. And you can really make it whatever you want to be. And if you overdo it, that's okay. They have individuals that follow everyone on the course, that are behind everyone. Also, there's a number you can call where they'll come and pick you up. So it's really a great thing. So check it out, the Bourbon Burn. Now, Dave, I was at an event, but you guys, we were talking beforehand, and the Ewaldz here said that they had an event this weekend, and there was something notable that happened to them as well. What happened at your event?
Well, the one I didn't mention was, so we did a biking event yesterday in our town. They have an event that promotes the north end of our town. And it's a biking between restaurants and dive bars. And
it's basically a pub crawl on bikes.
It's a pub crawl on bikes to promote the north end of our town. It's called Tour to North End. So we biked, we drank, we biked.
It's probably a grueling 6 miles.
Yeah, it was a grueling 6 miles. But hey, when you're drinking big steins of Oktoberfest beer and having cocktails, and it was a long trip, so it was a rough day. But then the day before that, we went into a bourbon women event in Chicago, and they were doing a big mega bottle share with about 25 people. And I like to bring something that nobody's ever had. And usually I bring some craft. So I brought a couple bottles of craft, and one of those being Neely. It was an unlabeled bottle. It was one we had barreled at a ABV network event at Neely's, and it was missing the label. So I brought this unmarked bottle of this Neely, and people were trying it, and wow, what is this? What is this? What is this stuff? And I said, well, it's legit. Here's a picture of Adina, bottling it from the barrel. And we left the event with about 20 to 25 new Neely fans that are going to be going to visit the Neelys in Kentucky.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
We did tell them that they ship.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So maybe we get some orders for them. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I popped in on the Neelys because during the day when I do my announcing duties in the morning, and then as the bikers are out and riding, I have nothing to do. So I rode up and saw the Neelys one day. I saw Papaw. Apparently he's redoing his whole yard. He got a bulldozer, and he's telling me how great it is. And he's took out a whole fence line, and he's going to redo that. He cleared out a bunch of stuff, and he also dug a grave for himself.
What?
That's a grave that is pre-dug and ready to go. And he claims and he told me, he swears to God, that he dug a second one that's for me. If I ever give him any shit, it's already ready to go. This could be used as evidence. Justine, please note the show date when it airs in case the feds need to talk to you.
In case you come up missing,
if I'm missing, I think
we know where to dig.
We know where to look. Yes. So yes, Papaw's been busy. So yeah. He's always a classic. So yeah, he's running around there. Busiest guy there, of course. Whole team of people there. He's 40 years older than any of the other team members Royce has. And he's also the busiest guy there. So yeah, that's what he updated me on. So yeah, a lot of activities. So, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's exciting news.
I was going to say, since we are talking about biking and this is a StilL 630 show, Dave and Sydney Weglars rode for Pedal the Cause today for cancer.
Oh,
and
nice.
It looks like Sydney posted earlier and said 20 down, 10 to go. So I guess they must have biked 30 miles today.
30-mile bike ride today. Yeah. Wow, that's impressive. I'll tell you what, it's hot here in St. Louis today too. So it's that's a real deal. If they're local, I don't know where they're at, but assuming they're local.
Yeah, I think it's in. I just looked up the website and it says Missouri, but I don't know exactly like where they biked at. Somewhere in Missouri.
Yeah, probably hot just about anywhere in Missouri. I guess it's definitely warm. Way warmer than it was in Kentucky. It was nicer in Kentucky where we were at. I don't know, Robinson's. How was it in Louisville?
Today it was beautiful. I mean, the humidity's down, the temperature's down, maybe mid 70s, sunny all day.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's been. But for the bike too, it's been, starts out high 40s. It was like, and that's where we're out. We start at 6 a.m. So it's pretty chilly in the morning, but it warms up nicely during the day. So yeah, cool stuff. All right. Well, we have batch number 11 today. So that's going to be the one that we're trying here. So I'll do a cork pop since I have the official bottle here. Here we go. Ooh, that sounds like victory to me. So technically, I mean, I know you guys don't like this, but the rule is the best cork pop wins the cork pop challenge and wins the show. So there's no stipulation about rules if it's only one or anything like that. We didn't have enough forethought when we wrote our charter to include anything like that. So
I feel like it can be revised.
No. It's
like a meeting of the board and do some revising there.
Yeah. No, can't be done. Keith asked a good question, which Keith, you could just ask, open up your mic and ask online, but he asked where that bike race was, and that's Lexington, Kentucky. So usually sometime in September. I don't think they even have an official date yet next year, but they're looking at kind of late September. So if you're interested in that, and and I'm sure we'll talk about it too as we get closer, but there you go.
It's called the Bourbon Burn.
The Bourbon Burn. Yes. Yeah. So that's the new branding. The old branding was Bourbon Country Burn, but for some reason they've changed the branding to Bourbon Burn. Again, I didn't realize that for the first day I referred to it as a Bourbon Country Burn. Then I looked at everything around. It just says Bourbon Burn. So I was like, I guess.
I think Bourbon Country Burn sounds better, but that's my opinion and I don't count.
And I don't know. You count. I thought it sounded better too. The BCB and because we don't want our bourbon to burn. So but yeah.
And you're biking through bourbon country,
right?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure they have good reasons for it.
Yeah, could be they're looking to expand it. So I know they got a race coming up next year in Tennessee. They want to try. Under a different name, because I think this is going to be like off-roading bikes and stuff like that. But I think that their vision is to continue to expand. So I guess if you're the Bourbon Country Burn and then you end up with one in St. Louis, for instance, or Lansing, Michigan, or wherever they might go to, that someone could say, well, this isn't Bourbon Country anymore. So I guess that's why. I guess it kind of makes sense if you are looking to continue to grow over time. So that's probably what ultimately caused that, I would guess. All right. Well, let's go out to break on a cheers, and we'll come back and we'll talk about all of those. We'll give it just a little sip on the way out to break. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be still 6:30 time. We'll talk about batch number 11 of Missouri Bourbon. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
Scott Pinkowski is unavailable. Would you like to? I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say right now.
He's listening to the Bourbon Daily. It's got to be the Bourbon
Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are reviewing Batch 11 from StilL 630 in St. Louis.
Yes, we are. All right. Let's talk about this on the nose first. What are you guys getting on the nose on this one?
Well, only half my nose is working, but I kind of get like vanilla.
Vanilla? Well, I was going to say caramel notes. I mean, that's pretty well there.
Yeah, it's, generic. It smells like bourbon. I mean,
vanilla, yeah.
Nice balanced aroma.
Yeah. When we get our wheel, one of it is going to be bourbon, so. Which is going to infuriate individuals. Why? How can you use to describe bourbon by saying the notes is bourbon? It's just us. It's who we are.
It's bourbony.
When my kids were little, for Christmas, I would always put one of those chocolate oranges in their stocking, and that's what this reminds me of.
Okay.
That chocolate orange. It's got the orange oil smell to it, not fresh orange, but. And a little bit of milk chocolate.
Yes.
Sorry, we just had a squirrel smash.
It's sweet. It doesn't have an ethanol burn.
Okay.
Little banana.
Little banana. Okay.
A little clove, maybe.
Yeah, a little clove, maybe. Just a hint.
Okay. All right. Clove. Let's give this thing a taste. See where we're at here. See where we're at. Ooh. It's got a nice little spicy finish to it for sure. Spice kind of sticks around with you.
Kind of all up in the front of my mouth.
Yeah.
It's got a nice spice to it, but I don't know. It's like in the front and then it skips.
Kind of like around the sides though, too. It's just kind of front and then kind of around the sides for me.
It definitely has a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really nice.
Does stick with you.
Do you like it, Bill?
I love it. It's very enjoyable.
Whoa, that's really good from Bill.
Yeah.
That's
really I think I'm getting a little almondy thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the M word.
Marzipan.
A little almond though.
Mm-hmm.
What are those almonds that have like the candy coating?
Candy coated almonds.
No, like it's like a pastel coating on them.
Like the Jordan almonds.
Almonds.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah.
Oh,
a little bit.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
Mm-hmm. Tasty.
The Jordan almonds. There you go. That's the first time we've ever used that tasting, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It may need to be included on the
wheel.
Flavor,
yeah,
the flavor
it made its debut today. The Jordan almonds. Oh, yeah.
This is
Not chewing gum.
This is our first StilL 630 monthly. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing to compare it to other than
no base. This becomes your base.
They were on one of the other tasting events we did, but
just that
was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've slept since then, as they like to say.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Had many sleeps.
We lost Keith.
Keith
he has internet problems a lot, so Keith is not here right now. Hopefully he'll be coming back.
I think I fixed my problem. I did a Zoom update because like the last 4 Zoom events, I've been kicked off, and I thought it was my internet, but after I got out of my last meeting, there was like an update. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're coming in clear. Keith is back, at least into the meeting. I don't know if he cares.
I'm getting a real, like a creamy mouthfeel off of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a real nice.
I have issues with my connection.
But a real creamy mouthfeel, you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very good.
It's got good legs on it.
Good legs. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
So on these, Steve, how old are they normally?
Let's see if it even says it. I don't think it says, but Keith, do you remember how long he typically says these are? Aged 4 years, actually. It's a 4-year-old product.
Gotcha.
So, yes.
I'm thinking they're like at least 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's got this one's actually age stated, so these are all at least 4 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Each bottle is hand signed by Dave Wiglars, if you call that. He's got a long last name. He kind of cheats. It's WLZ, I think. It looks like maybe his middle name's J. It looks like DJ WLZ.
Right, that's what mine looks like.
Yeah,
I got a different.
He's not writing out Wiglars. He's not writing out the full thing. No way.
There's not that many bottles. I mean, really.
Yeah, but he is signing it. You can tell it's like a pen or whatever. It's not like a fake signature. You can see where it's been pressed in.
To be fair, you don't sign your name properly either. So, and your name is shorter than his.
Thank God we got Justine to call me out here. So yeah.
I remember the one time we were in Kentucky, and I think it was me, Carrie, Bo, you, and I don't remember if we had met up with McNew yet or not. And we were at a bar, and you told me to go up and pay, and then just sign your name. And so I just like scribbled it like a kindergartner. It's like.
Yes. So that's it. That's basically what it looks like. So true. But yeah. All right. This is indeed a very good one for sure. It's going to be in the mix.
Yeah.
But it is time to vote. Justine and I go first here typically to just set things off. So we use a out to 3-digit scale since the Ewaldz haven't been on one of these before. And Keith, I don't think Keith has been either.
No.
So out to three digits. So Justine, who do you want to go first on this one?
You.
Me. She always says me when she gets the option. Now, next month, I'll make her go first, and then it'll be her option to who goes first, and she'll say me. So I don't know. Maybe if we just do it every other month, it'll be me and then Justine. And yeah.
You can do the odd months, and I'll do the even months.
Okay. All right. I really like what's going on here. This is falls, as we found with this series. Dave's doing a really great job. These are full-size barrels, aged 4 years. I mean, this is a delicious product. StilL 630's been in business a while. He knows what he's doing. I really like what he has going on here. I'm going to go 92.630. That's what I give it. 92.630. All right. Justine, what are your thoughts?
Well, I was going to go with 92 as well, but I wasn't going to pick 630.
I get credit for doing that. Dave likes it. He's like, oh, I like that 630. I always didn't mind. That's my signature on this.
I am going to go, I'm going to give it 92.078 because today is my dad's 78th birthday.
Oh, nice. Nice. Happy birthday to Mr. Mays. I don't think he listens, but it's still important about saying it. It doesn't matter if he decides to listen to the show or not. The fact that it's been acknowledged, I think, is a good thing. So happy birthday. All right. Justine, we'll let you pick who goes next.
Let's go with Adina.
Adina. Okay.
Okay. Last year I did a judging event, and basically they said, we base the spirits on anything in the 90s is the special gift you're going to give someone. Anything is the 80s is something nice you're going to buy for yourself. Anything in the 70s is something that your friend buys you at the bar and you drink it with them. So with that in mind, I have to agree. I would say this is in the, I'll go 91 on this. 91.630.
91.630. Okay. All right. Who next, Justine? It doesn't have to be Dave. It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
We'll go with Melanie.
Okay.
I will give it a 92.123.
92.123. She was working out the final score there. She was, tasting, finishing those, point to, yeah. Imagine if we had Adam Stump doing this, because he would actually assign little parts, fractions of numbers to each thing, and then yes, that's where he would come up with this down to 3 digits. Okay, who's next?
Neil.
All right, Neil.
I'm in the 92 range too. I'll say 92.926.
92.926. All right. Keith, you're next.
I will, given that this is September 26th, I'll go 91.926.
91.926. Now that's, audience, not the day you're listening. This is the day we record it, of course.
Dave.
Through the miracle of TV, which we're not on TV, but it's a different day.
I love technology. So 92.630 I'm going to go with.
Okay.
I like it.
2.630. Well, that's the same as me. We came in at the same exact same line.
Great minds think alike, Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mr. Bill.
I really like this. I'm going to go 95.926.
95.926. Okay. Let's see. When is this coming out? October 3rd. So pretty soon. Dave said he likes when we get them sooner than later because people come in and want to buy these after the show airs. And sometimes if we wait too long, sometimes waiting like a month, he's like, you're waiting too long. I don't want to sell out before. I want to sell it to the audience that's listening to the show. So, all right. Justine is calculating. Let me give you guys your number here. We'll draw for the limited edition Jim Beam black hat, only 750 made in the world. 749 other people. You guys can coordinate some sort of reunion once you win this. Who has the black Jim Beam highball hat? Let's get together. I know there's 749 of you. All right. Adina, you're number 1. Dave, you're number 2. Melanie, you're number 3. Mr. Bill, you are number 4. Keith, you are number 5. Mr. I screwed that up. Sorry. Number 4 is going to be Neil. Mr. Bill, we have you down for 6. So Keith, you're 5. Mr. Bill, you're 6. All right. I left off Neil there. I did 2 Mr. Bills, unfortunately. Okay. I'll generate whatever the number comes up here. It's going to be our winner. It is number 4. Oh.
Neil.
It seems like I set up Mr. It's all random. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't write that program. So there you go. Neil, you are the winner of the limited edition highballer, Jim Beam.
Cool.
Wow. It seems like it's going to be in controversy. So this is going to be, this will be also evidence not only in my death trial, it'll also be in Mr. Bill's lawsuit. Lawyers are going to be all over the show. So there you go. All right. Let's see here. I can tell you that our scores have ranged from 88.498. That was the batch number 3 in January of 2021, all the way up to our high score of 97.894. That was batch number 4 in February 2021. I don't think we're going to hit that today, but then math can be a tricky animal. And depending on how good Justine did, if it beats it, we just have to live with it. Even though no one voted as high as 97 on this one, it would be unusual to that the average score is going to be over 97. But again, we don't know how good Justine is at math. So, all right.
Well, the sum on my Excel spreadsheet plus my division on my calculator. So this is 100% accurate, people. Didn't figure it out in my head. This one is coming in spot number 6 at 92.734.
92.734 comes in 6th place. Yes, it is between April of 2021 and May of 21. So now we have, in between those two, we will have September of 2021 at 92.73.
Yeah, regardless what we end up with the average vote, his stuff is always good. It's just some is better than others.
Right. Oh yeah. And the difference is pretty marginal. You know, it's a very small difference between there's never been anything bad. We only had 2 in the 80s. So things you would buy for yourself, according to Adina's rules. Right. All of these have been gift worthy, other than those 2 would be, and they were high on the scale of drink for yourself. So I do like that scale you had there, Adina. Who gave you that? Where did you come? Who told you that?
I did some judging for the Consumer's Choice Awards last year. And that was kind of the scale they gave us.
Yeah.
They said there was nothing under a 70 there, but I found a couple that were below that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All blind.
Very good.
I have no idea what they were.
Yeah.
Still don't.
Still don't. Okay. So there you go. A very solid offering for sure. So congratulations to the team at StilL 630. Once again, you have exceeded expectations and offered us a great product. We're going to have one more of these for this first year. It's going to continue on after that, but one more for the first year. A special event next month, October. We've already sold out on this. We had 2 VIP tickets where we got samples of all 12. So that goes, of course, to the legend Rick Brenner, and then Winston Sandage was the other one who bought that. You knew the legend had to buy one of those, right? So that's sold out. We only had 2 of those where we got samples of all of them. But we have the regular one available. It is out there. So so everyone else will be trying just the one. I don't think we'll make the legend and Winston try all of them with us. That could be some independent work they do. We don't want to make them have to drink 12 samples.
They would definitely be falling off the porch.
Right.
But Rick would be up for it, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rick would do it.
Rick would try it, I'm sure.
He would try it, yes.
And he would persevere.
Yeah. Somehow, some way, he would do it. This is how legends become legends, stuff like that. So. Exactly. Yeah, so we were doing that next month, and then we again, nothing starts over. We'll just continue on, but that's the end of year 1, which I just thought was an interesting landmark and wanted to kind of celebrate that one. So that's pretty cool that he's been doing that for a year, and we'll see how October does next month. For now, we'll check in with everybody and ask them where people can find them. Mr. Bill, your first one on my screen. We're going to start with you.
You can find me at Bourbon Stash on Instagram without an E.
Bourbon Stash without an E. Okay. All right. The Ewaldz. How about you?
You can find me on Instagram at Adina Ewaldz, no space, or on Facebook at Adina Ewaldz with a space.
Okay.
And I'm on Instagram, Full Bean Group. One word, Full Bean Group.
Full Bean Group. Okay. The Team Robinson. How about you guys?
We're on Facebook.
Track them down on Facebook. All right. Keith, how about you?
I'm on both Facebook and Instagram. So KR Garvin's on Instagram.
KR Garvin's. All right. Justine, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram, JA_Maze. You can find our shop at avvnetwork.com and on Instagram at avvnetworkshop.
All right. For me, I'm easy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments that helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the Network.
All right. Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.